G'day guys, it's the Pink King here, and I'm back with another episode, or another match, for my AFL Premiership season. We're up to round 4, the first game of that, which no, it says it's a Thursday. Yeah, so the first game of the round is a Thursday night match. It's Brisbane versus Collingwood. Foggy at the Gabba. I don't know why foggy is such a common weather. Anyway, it doesn't really affect anything. Let's get right into it. Alrighty. Brisbane versus Collingwood. It's the Gabba and it doesn't look very foggy at all. I swear they stuffed up. They didn't do it in the opening scenes. They didn't add the weather in.
Here today, the clash between Brisbane and...
Well, that looks a little bit foggy. Why is it... It had Steph Martin as a halfback flanker. Yeah, so Jordan Roughhead's apparently the ruckman. So, good news, Collingwood fans. You just paid the most money for a ruckman ever.
They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp.
Giving
Crowd are appreciating.
Brodie Grundy the biggest
The cheer squad's
contract for a ruckman ever.
The banners are looking.
And he's not even a ruckman anymore, so, you know, it's all good now. It's all good. You're not buying a ruckman.
They run on in full
Ooh.
confidence. They're looking sharp.
A few milestones going around here. I want to know, will they, if there's more than one player, will they put in multiple... Well, let's say Harris Andrews 100 games, or what does it say? Andrews 100 games. So it would say congratulations Andrews 100 games, and then like, I don't know, Zorko 250 or whatever. Like, would they do two if there was two going in the same team, or would it just be that whoever gets the higher games wins? Oh, Zorko's gone left of screen.
Round 4. What an exciting matchup we have here today.
It looked like Grundy was lined up for the ruck, but he's not in the ruck. He's somewhere else. He's just ready to sprint off the halfback flank or whatever. Ball goes up. Roughhead wins it, and Leicester gets back to the ball. Why is Leicester taking the ruck anyway? Leicester's just a midfielder. Anyhow, Jay Ryans picks up the ball just for Pendlebury, just to drive him into the dirt.
Get out. Showed good control.
Not a whole lot going on. I thought Collingwood were going to keep pressing it forward more and more, but Brisbane run it forward for a bit, and Hipwood gives away in the back. So
Hands in the back.
Collingwood get a chance to rebound again. He kicks it to a bit of a contest, and it bounces out to the wing.
There to mop up.
I don't know who that was, but he was out the back, and he's kicked it forward to Cam Rayner, who took the mark about 40 out, and instead of going back and taking his shot, he plays on with a second person right next to him. They could have run into open goals together, but instead he takes the shot and misses. So Roughhead plays on, just gets a disposal away before Brodie Grundy, who's playing in the back pocket, he runs it out of bounds.
Tap down. How?
So danger zone for Collingwood, but they managed to smother the shot, and they're away now. One-on-one situation in the middle of the ground. Alex Witherden wins it. Kicks it wide to the wing. Cam Rayner's there by himself, and he decides to play on and goes to Hugh McGluggage, who decides to also play on and kick it back where it came from. Big Pack comes up, and somehow, while getting tackled, Brisbane get it forward, and Charlie Cameron gets the crumbs and kicks a goal from the goal line.
Look at them celebrate that effort. Cameron gets the first goal of the match.
Bit of a different one. Big Pack gets the front. Oh, maybe it wasn't the bloke getting tackled that. But yeah, off hands and straight into Cameron's lap, and he does not miss it from the goal line. Which I think he has once.
That came off the back of some good work.
I still missed it. How they... Oh, yeah, it did spill loose to someone else. Anyhow, I've seen enough replays now to be happy with the result. Ball goes up and Collingwood wins again. Pendlebury dodges no one, then has to break a tackle.
On the run.
Handballs it out. Someone else breaks a tackle, then handballs it, but it doesn't go anywhere good. Brisbane have a 3-on-1 situation around the ball here.
Wins the
Charlie Cameron had space, but Daniel McStay ignores him and misses. So Brisbane being a bit wasteful here. 1 goal 2.
Brisbane by 8 points.
And like I said before, both those points should have been goals, really. Treloar tries to take on one too many players and he gets done for throwing the ball, but you know that means holding the ball. And Charlie Cameron has a shot from 45. He's missed, so Brisbane not capitalising. That has come back to bite teams before. We've seen it before here.
Now they lead by 9.
Alpha Evolution, I think, has a little bit of a momentum system going on. As we go out into the pocket and immediately hits the hands of Lachie Neale and he slaps on the boot and he snaps a goal. So 7-point play from Brisbane.
Goal of the day for Neale.
A bit silly.
You just knew they were going to score.
They always go wide and there was a 2-on-2 situation there. And yeah, Lachie Neale's
He knew that was
straight there for the crumbs.
as it left the
He actually got dragged into the contest too. If the other Collingwood player had stayed out, probably wouldn't have ended up being his goal. But anyhow,
The umpire
it is what it is. It's 15-0, and Collingwood again win the ruck tap. Again, they get it forward. This time it's inside 50 and socket off the ground by Varco. It keeps getting socket, and Will Hoskin-Elliott misses.
The Magpies behind by 14. Adams with the responsibility of kicking it in.
Marcus Adams plays on, runs the boundary, and then kicks it straight 15 metres out.
Over the top of the pack.
Directly in front to the big ruckman in Steph Martin, who for some reason is not
Just gets it onto the
actually rucking. Big pack forms on the wing, it spills out the front to a Collingwood player who bombs it up. Varco can't mark, neither can the Brisbane player on him,
as we go into the
and that's the end of the quarter.
Brisbane 15, Collingwood 1.
Brisbane deserved this lead.
So Collingwood get on the board, but only with a behind. They trail by 14 points at quarter time. They've won every single hit out, which is what I expected to see after I pretty much commentated that and said that they'd won every single hit out, but that's how it is. They even got, I think, all the clearances. That's just Brisbane just rebound very good. Yeah, they were rebounding well. I don't know. Fucking English is dying on me. Yeah, probably player of the match so far is Charlie Cameron. He's got 2 disposals and a goal, so that usually bodes well with the votes in this game. Although, it seems fairly hard to pick it. Like, who's been winning the rucks? Jordan Roughhead. Like, it could just very well just be Jordan Roughhead best on ground so far, but who knows? Ball goes up,
Bashes it. The ball's
and Jordan
Leicester.
Roughhead gets
Leicester
pinged for a high tackle.
was taken high in the tackle.
Didn't like other people crumbing his work. 3-on-1 for Collingwood, but it still goes the way of Brisbane. Numbers getting evened out, but still now it goes to Collingwood's favour. So having numbers around the ball doesn't necessarily mean shit in this game either. Mason Cox will kick from about 40, 45 even.
He likes it.
And he's... I don't even know. That was a goal. See, the marker seemed to look like it was going to miss, but the tracking on the ball looked like it was going to be a goal. And then all of a sudden it sort of bounced around. Didn't know what was happening then.
Getting the opposition on turnovers.
So a good first goal for Collingwood finally.
Shot to win it back.
He's got the
And this could be the
Adams rides out the tackle.
chance for Collingwood, as they seem to be getting numbers all around the ball, and it's starting to go their way now.
Goes it alone.
Although Marcus Adams halts that from the goal square and he boots it out to the 50 where Mitch Robinson's all alone. He kicks it back into the centre of the ground, which
Find it difficult.
actually works out for once. Ryan Lester takes the mark and he sends it straight to the centre circle. Tom Langdon takes the mark and he kicks right from the centre of the ground. He finds Will Hoskin-Elliott. He's too far out to score, so he chips it. And Steph Martin, the big man, takes the mark. He sends it back out to a 2-on-1 where Alan Christensen takes the mark. He's got a player loose there. He sees him and goes to him. Jared Lyons takes the mark. He gets back up eventually and handballs to absolutely fucking nobody. Kicks forward for Collingwood because Lyons decided to turn it over in that stupid attempt of a handball. Varco takes the mark and kicks it forward. It's a 1-on-1 in the goal square. Who's getting there first? Marcus Adams gets to the ball. It's turned over and Josh Thomas misses. 7 minutes left in the half. Brisbane, they might be made to pay the price for being inaccurate, but the thing is, Collingwood's also being inaccurate, so they're sort of evening out the ledger as the ball's punched out of bounds by Scott Pendlebury in the marking contest. So Jared Lyons comes off after that terrible effort, handballing to nobody.
What can you tell us at this stage, Gary?
And the ball goes up, and I thought Jamie Elliott was going to kick a goal there, but he didn't. Still numbers around the ball, plenty going on. And Jared Berry gets done for throwing the ball. He's the player that replaced Jared Lyons, so the Jareds are teaming up to fuck up their own team. As Elliott lines up from about 25 out 30 metres and he kicks the goal. So it's a point in the difference. There's about 3.5 minutes to go here. That is in the first half, obviously, as the ball goes back up. Brisbane actually win something for once and get the clearance. Christensen takes the mark and plays on. They've got 2-on-1 here. Can they get it forward? No, they can't. Lockie Neal gets tackled and someone's coming off. Is that Zorko? Zorko looked like he'd broken his arm or some shit. He was not looking good at all. Ball comes out. There's still numbers around the ball and it looks like Brisbane have more of them. So it goes forward to the top of the 50. There's 3-on-3 there, I think it was. And marked by Alan Christensen. It's been paid. As the siren goes, they can put the margin back to 7 points. That's 50. That's big 50. You can't just walk across the mark. There was 2 players that did that. 2 Collingwood players just walked across the mark and nothing happened for it. As Christensen runs in and blows a golden opportunity to put some space between them and Collingwood at half time. It's 2 points the difference, 16-14.
The siren sounds and anything you can see, Gary?
It's quite simple.
Yeah, so Collingwood's smashing them in the hit-outs and they just haven't converted yet.
Thanks for that, Gary. Well, that's the first half of the match.
Nothing really stands out as a man of the match performance yet, so we'll just get back into it.
We're set to go at the start of the
A lot of interchanges at half time. It seems to happen a lot. Ball goes out and Brisbane's way. Charlie Cameron's under the ball and he takes the mark. This could be the shot that makes him man of the match if he kicks it. He probably will be. No, he's gone wide. It's a 2-on-1 in the favour of Collingwood. Darcy Moore takes the mark. He chips it out of the pocket. I really thought he was going to hit the behind post and make it out in the full there, but it's a 3-on-2 in the marking contest and Taylor Adams takes the mark and sends it into the middle. There is about 5 Brisbane players to 1 Collingwood player and it's not going to work out either way if it keeps going the way it's going. Socked forward by Brisbane and all of a sudden they're back in their 50. It's a 2-on-2 marked by Charlie Cameron. He seems to be everywhere in the forward 50.
He's doing everything right.
Each time it goes forward of their half, he's around the ball. And he kicks the goal, so he's finally found his kicking boots again. That's his second goal, the first goal coming from the goal line, so you can't really get that wrong. So maybe things heading Brisbane's way again, as it looks like Stephen Martin's actually in the ruck for once. Ball goes out to the wing and Jack Crisp takes the mark. He chips at the steel side bottom, who goes back forward a little bit more and turns over the ball. Somehow Brisbane turn it straight back over and they just... Collingwood players don't know what to do with it. They just keep handballing it to each other. So they've got legs. It does. Mason Cox kicks a goal. And it looked like... yeah, I love that replay. Thanks. The ball goes up. Finally. Bit of juggling around. No one really wants it. Booted forward by Brisbane. And it will be a ball up again. So, who's... Yeah, that's Stephen Martin. And I don't know who 41 is. Is that Mychek? I know Mychek has a weird big number that no one would really pick. But anyway, So 2 points the difference at the moment.
Strong
As Cam Rayner takes a big mark, about 60 out. He won't kick it, so he plays on and kicks it about 10 metres. So Eric Hipwood takes the mark.
Here's the chance for Hipwood.
And when I say 10 metres, I mean 10 metres from where he originally was. He obviously played back and went back 5 metres. 15 metre kick in the end. 50 metre kick for goal. Goes to the top of goal square and Darcy Moore takes the mark. So bit of a rock solid defence at the moment for Collingwood.
Langdon kicks
They need it because they're 2 points down. And I don't know how many more goals are in this game.
suggestion.
They go forward pretty quickly. There's numbers around the...
40.
well, there was. They're flooding back at the moment. But a set shot at 3/4 time to put them in front going into the last would be pretty sweet. And he's drilled it. So it's a 4-point ball game at 3/4 time. Collingwood's finally hit the front.
Pretty happy with that one. Gaz, what do you think about that?
Collingwood believe that.
See, I get the feeling this is going to be a quarter that... well, yeah, a sort of game where we're going to go completely scoreless for the whole quarter. Could very well happen, but 12 hit-outs to 3, Collingwood's way would suggest that they're probably going to be the ones that are going to score, if anyone's going to score. Charlie Cameron's kicked 2 goals, so is Mason Cox. Charlie Cameron also has more possessions, so I feel like he'll be man of the match. I could be wrong, though, because... this game isn't always logical.
Last quarter throws up.
Oh, they've got to take some risks.
So it's bounced and won by... I don't know who that was. Probably Jordan Roughhead. Ball goes forward for Brisbane. Smashed out the back of the pack. Eric Hipwood was just left alone. Everyone went up. He stayed down. It went out the back of the pack and bang, he kicks the goal.
It's over.
Brisbane reclaimed the lead just to prove me wrong, as I said that it might be a scoreless quarter, and it happened in 1.5 minutes, which is pretty fast even for real time.
This is how they can score big.
For game time, that is lightning quick.
Back with another centre bounce.
Collingwood win this one. They send it into the 50, and players come from everywhere.
Possession.
Brisbane have the numbers, and they kick out to the wing. He plays on immediately. Jared Berry tries to change the fortunes of his team he previously had screwed over. Kicks it up to Hugh McGluggage, who decides to kick it to the one player that's in the top of the goal square. It just happens to be a Collingwood player. It's Darcy Moore. He boots it back out to Tom Phillips. He kicks forward, and they've got players there. He's got to move it on. Quick, get there. There's a player by himself. It's a 2-on-1. It's not marked. Was that Pendles? I don't know who that was, but he picked up the ball and didn't quite get a boot to ball. So comes out, pushed in the back against Marcus Adams. It was a goal already.
Thomas with a chance.
Marcus Adams pushed him in the back, and they've brought it back even though he'd already kicked a goal. Good thing for Josh Thomas, because he's kicked it anyway. I would have been fuming.
Hard.
Would have told him to get fucked. I'm not retaking that kick. It's a goal already.
Clean, but they've got
But he kicks it, and Collingwood are back in front. 11.5 to go.
position, but they're making the most of their chance.
Goes towards Brisbane's forward line, but it's turned over. Well, not really turned over, but Collingwood are the first to the ball and kick it forward. Still round about centre of the ground. Brisbane end up getting the clearance. He goes straight out and marked by Alan Christensen, so he can put the Lions back in front.
If he has the journey from here.
It's goal for goal. It's almost like it's ping pong.
Christensen slowing down now.
And he's drilled it.
Rest.
So Brisbane back in front by 2 points this time. Who's going to claim the win here?
Smiles all round.
Just under 8 minutes to go.
The game is back underway. Roughhead hurls it away.
Opened up heaps. Pendlebury tries to take on 3 Brisbane players and still gets a handball out. It's not paid holding the ball. Brisbane have the numbers. No one wants to go for it. Oh, it's throwing the ball. That's why. So a minute's been run off the clock. He wants players to come towards him. And then he goes out wide. This is not the thing to do. It's not tempo footy time, Braden Maynard.
Right on the 50. Ball over the
5 minutes to go. He's just killed 2 minutes off the clock and they're not winning.
Martin won the hit out.
Collingwood win the ruck tap. They win the clearance and they're away. Boot it forward. There's no one in the 50. Running back. Is that Chris Mayne? I think it's Chris Mayne. He soccers it off the ground and he's hit the post. He could have picked that up and run into an open goal. Instead, he decides to soccer it, and they're down by a point still.
Now only trailed by 1. Wayne.
And there's 3 minutes to go. He could have just blown his team's chance of winning. Although Brisbane
Just
are
let it
given a lifeline because Josh Thomas gives away a push in the back. They're playing with danger here. They're only up by a point. And there we go. Chris Mayne can make himself the 0 to hero here because the siren's going to go before he kicks this. To win the match, Chris Mayne has kicked it. Oh, he's so lucky.
with that drop punt.
That could have been the first draw of the season after he blew a golden opportunity to already put them in front. Instead, he decides, no, I'm going to play the 7-point play here, and he's lucky it paid off
their chances, the Magpies.
because Brisbane were playing with danger, with absolute fire, really, playing around the back of 50, and then they kicked to a 2-on-1. That is absolutely heartbreaking if you're a Brisbane fan. Why would you do that? Kick straight to the middle of the 50. You're asking for trouble.
39 to 5.
But realistically, you look at that. If the hit-out stat's the stat to win, Collingwood won it, so they should have won the game based on that. So logically looking at this, you look at that and go, well, Tom Langdon, Steele Sidebottom, and Josh Thomas all got 5 disposals. Josh Thomas got a goal, so I'd make him best on ground. I'd probably put Mason Cox second and Charlie Cameron third. That's the logical thing to do. But I think Charlie Cameron was probably best on ground if Brisbane won. I feel like he probably still would be because that's just what they do. Could be someone else as well. No, I was right. Charlie Cameron. Alan Christensen, that's fair. I saw a lot of him. Darcy Moore, though, where's that come from? What did Darcy Moore do? He had 4 kicks. Did it say he had no marks? Oh no, he had 3 marks. Just didn't want to select him. Didn't have a hit out. Didn't have any frees. He didn't have any tackles. Well, you can't give it to him for having a few marks and 4 disposals. What are you doing? Would not have picked that at all. I didn't really see much of Darcy Moore at all. And he had 4 disposals in the whole game.